Fisherfolk from all across the country journeyed to the Albion Sports Complex ground Saturday for the government-sponsored Fisherfolk Day held this year after a 3-year hiatus. The theme for this year's observance is collective action for a safe and resilient Caribbean fisheries. There, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa once again reaffirmed his government's support for the fisheries sector and pointed to several initiatives that will ensure that the industry survives the current challenges it faces. The event also marked the launch of the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture under the theme Small in Scale, Big in Value. In his feature address, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said government recognizes the importance of the fishery sector and the risks involved for those engaged in deep-sea fishing.
And many Guyanese would agree with me that fisherfolks and fishing activity is one of the most hardest activity in our country. Because you as fisherfolks brave the element. When you go out there in the sea, when you go out to fish in the sea, there is no amenities like normal workers when they enjoy on land. There is no washroom facility. You have to find that for yourself out there. There is no first aid facility. You will have to deliver that to yourself. There is nobody, when the fisherfolk gone into the sea for 3 weeks, there is no cook for them. They have to cook for themselves. There is no bathroom to take a shower. You have to find your way and somehow take a shower in the boat there. And I can tell you because I went out there, and I can tell you, and I know the condition. I know the condition of every single activities that are associated in fishing. I can tell you what the trawlers doing, what the outboard trawlers doing, what the inboard trawlers doing. I can tell you what the corral doing when they go out there or they throw the lines. I can tell you what the pinsane doing when they kill the fish, or they doing, you call it the common term, when they pelican. I can tell you, now we read, I did it, and many body in Barbies, many fisher folks in Barbies will tell you that I was one time too involved in those activities. So I'm not talking what I don't know about. I will not talk, I can help, I can even pay the same. I can tell you that. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk about fisher folks. That is why, as a government, we recognize the importance of this industry. Like other important industries like the rice sector, the sugar sector, the other crop sectors, in the agriculture sector, fishery is a very important sector.
Minister Mustafa said that some 15,000 persons are directly involved in the fishery sector and approximately 60,000 persons indirectly are dependent on the sector for a livelihood. According to the Agriculture Minister, government is aware of the challenges facing the sector and has over the last 2 years been working hard to put systems in place to mitigate those challenges.
Let me assure you that Guyana is already also looking at ways over the last 2 years, and when we were in government prior to 2015, we have developed this sector to ensure that we bring ease to the fisher folks in this country. So the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture is set aside to raise awareness of the role of small-scale fisher folks and aquaculture farmers play in food security and to eradicate poverty in our country. And this here is the cheapest form of proteins to the population. Apart from recognizing the crucial role of fisher folks and aquaculture farmers, it is also an important year to bring forward challenges being faced so they may receive the national and global attention and action needed. And I want to say that yes, we will be holding a forum shortly to work with the fisher folks, to listen to their contribution, to listen to their proposal, and all of us can put our heads together, put our shoulders to the wheel to bring ease to this important industry. So shortly, we'll have that forum that Mr. Jainarine spoke about.
Minister Mustafa pointed to the various measures taken by government to reduce the burden on fisher folk brought about by the rising cost of inputs, such as the removal of taxes and more recently the $150,000 cash grant that is now set to be rolled out shortly. Referring to the low catches phenomena experienced by fisherfolk over the last 2 years, Minister Mustafa said government has been actively pursuing alternative routes to income generation for deep-sea fishers, and significant progress is being made in this regard.
And we are now witnessing conditions over the last 2 years, low catches in the marine industry. As a government, we recognize that. And we have been working over time to see how we could put other measures in place so that we can take in the slacks that was provided by these low catches that fishermen have been experiencing. But comrades, I want to tell you, because 2 days ago I spoke in the parliament. I was talking about on a bill in the parliament. And I said, and very shortly also, as a government we don't sit and wait for things to happen. We cause things to happen. We cause things to happen. So, shortly we will be taken to the parliament or going to a new sector where we will launch and take legislation to the parliament to make the production of hemp legal in our country so that farmers can start to grow hemp. Why am I mentioning this? I am mentioning this because when we start hemp production in Guyana, we'll have a new whole industries in this country. Not one industry, many industries, because with hemp, you could make cloth, you could make paper, you could a number of things, raw materials you can get from that. So that will be a whole new, or a lot of new industries being created. But I am saying this because, as I said, that we are not waiting for things to happen. We now recognize the importance that we have had low catches. I have met with a number of fisher folks. I've met with a number of fisher folks, and they are here too, they can testify to it. And we have been working to see how we can counter the low catches. So we heard over the year, every night a gentleman on the radio and TV talking about because of oil and gas, the low catches have started. It's not that. We have conducted the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, international reputable organization, have conducted a study what have caused the low catches, and in short, what they came up with, because of climate change. And it's not affecting this part of the world. It's a world phenomenon. Places like Thailand, places like Asia, where you had large catches before, catches have been declining because of climate change. The salinity of the water has changed tremendously over the years because of the heavy rainfall and the fresh water going into the Atlantic. And because of the changing of the salinity of the water, the fishing ground, the breeding ground, the fish start to move away from that because there is not enough salinity here. So we are working and we have recognized that. That is why you heard the comrade from the aquaculture organization talk about what we have done in the brackish water industry. That's only part of it. That's only the tip of the iceberg what he's saying here.
According to the Agriculture Minister, inland fisheries such as aquaculture offers lucrative alternatives, and the brackish water shrimp farming is one such endeavor that has been growing by leaps and bounds because of the interventions of government over the last year.
We were able to move production from 12,000 kilograms per month to this month 70,000 kilograms of brackish water shrimps. You know what that means? That means that more people will have jobs in the rural community. More people will be involved in the production and the rearing of these shrimp in the rural community. We'll have more money as disposable income in the rural community. And this will improve. To talk about 500,000 kilograms that the President challenged us with, we have already surpassed that. According to this month's figure, we would be in another few months by 840,000 kilograms. of brackish water. But that is not all what we are doing. We have worked with our organization to see, FISHERFOLK's organization, to see how we can resolve certain problems that are existing presently. So, while we are having low catches, and according to the fisheries data they have collected in the past few months, we have seen certain species start to increase, catches in certain areas start to increase.
Other speakers at Saturday's event included the FAO's Guyana representative, Dr. Gillian Smith, and heads of the local fisheries organizations, inclusive of the Berbice Aquaculture Society.